has completely reinvented himself as a player.
Now here's Curry. Clock at 6. Back to Bogut. To the middle. Here's Thompson. The three from Barnes. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And for Gerald Green, and him reinventing himself, really was just known as a dunker before heading overseas.
You know, Kevin, he came back with a better shot and a better understanding of how to win as a player. Strange to think that there was a time that he couldn't find a way onto an NBA roster.
Now here's Green. And Thompson kicks to Green, 11 feet away, and the jumper is on the mark. Green's got his second bucket.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Green dishes to Dragic. Back to Green. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
On up the court. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High energy point guard, a lot like you, speed to burn, very smart guy, coveted by many.
He really is. And Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the three, or just taking it to the rack himself.
And the Warriors making a change here. Spades is checked in, and Goran Dragic drops them both.
And, you know, back to Goran. Dragic, many of his transition opportunities start with his aggressive defense. Very active with his hands, has the instincts to jump passing lanes, the long arms to pick off passes. Suddenly, when he gets a steal, he's off and running.
Richardson, no luck.
Boy, he blew the easy two by profile, trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
Curry passes to Thompson. Barnes kicks to Thompson. And here's Green outside. Warriors the rebound. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Different look here for the Warriors. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Green. Rush comes in for Harrison Barnes. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. First quarter of play. And just over 3.5 minutes in. Space. Kicks to Livingston. The dish now to Barbosa. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And talking about Goran Dragic, the one thing he has to be careful with is being over-aggressive on D. Reaching for steals makes you susceptible to blow-bys and escape dribbles, and that can lead to uncontested layups and dunks for your opponent.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Green comes in for Winslow. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Richardson. Now here's Wade. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
Now, here's Green. 5 points in the game. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic. Green's got 7 points in the game.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Here's Wade. Barbosa with the steal. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Iguodala dishes to Spates. Has to rush. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Kicks it out to Barbosa. And it's Barbosa again missing.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And Green gets it to go.
Nice bucket there. I mean, they are playing really, really smart basketball.
IQ basketball, smartphone basketball, whatever you want to call it. Even though the lead's not that large, they're still in charge right now.
Here is Livingston. Heat knocking down the tray. 19 seconds left in the first. And the wide open shot from Green. And there's another one for the Heat.
He couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
No one near Iguodala as he lets it go. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Heat out front. They're up by 11. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, he told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, and I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
Let's take them back.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Heat.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Johnson is out there with Green, and it's Stoudemire in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
And it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real tense few weeks there before ultimately he was traded.
And, of course, Dragic was traded to Miami last season, said he felt betrayed by the Suns front office, which spurred him wanting out of Phoenix and to South Florida.
Yeah, you know what? We'll never know the whole truth about that situation, but Dragic said they told him one thing with personnel and did something else.
And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back, late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws, a testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
Curry kicks to Thompson. It's tipped. It's stolen by Green. The foul called on Festus Ezeli.
And, you know, going back to Ezeli, impressive physically, 7 foot, 7'6" wingspan, 5% body fat. If his skill set ever catches up with his natural gifts, watch out, watch out.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now, here's Wade, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wade.
And a footnote to Ezeli. One of his college administrators raved about his intelligence. He cited Ezeli's broad perspective on world trade, globalization, and I tell you what, if Ezeli keeps improving, he'll soon be a serious benefactor of the economics of American sports. But that would have been lucky had it fallen poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it, are you kidding me?
Now, here's Green. Here's Stoudemire. And Curry pulls it down.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
This is to Barnes. It's stolen by Green. And another fast break for Miami. Miami running. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. The Heat shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
There's the feed to Thompson to halt the run. No good. Great D that time from Green. Down low, here's Dragic. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Dragic has got 5 now.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
From 12 feet out, and the officials call a traveling violation.
Hey, guys, just a little too nonchalant there. That's a couple turnovers here in the last few minutes, and those miscues can spell trouble.
The Warriors making a switch here. Bogut's checked in. Here's Miami now. They're on a 12-3 run. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
That's the risk you run by staying out there as he picks up his 3rd.
Wade on the wing, guarded by Curry. AT that time from Curry.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Well, some really terrific numbers for Green. 12 points, and the steals are starting to pile up for him also.
And Clark, he's really gotten into their heads because of it. I mean, guys are on the lookout for him, always worrying about where he is.
Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
At the line for 2.
And Curry and his turnovers last year, a lot of it might have been getting used to a new system. But you can see he's also tightened up his play to reduce the giveaways.